Okay. Greetings and salutations, everybody, into a super quick stream for a game that we will be playing now for Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, a corrupted case file. I'm your host, Invisible, from Invisible's Gaming Channel, sucking at your hearts from the other side of the moon. And today, quickly, we'll be playing the prequel to Ghostwire Tokyo, the video game for the PC that we already finished some time ago. Without further ado, very quickly, I have no idea what I'm going to put myself through. All that I know about this game and this prequel is that it takes only about 45 minutes to finish. Like, very fast. And it has no voice acting, so I'll have to read everything for you. Regardless, let's get introduced to our cast and understand what exactly triggered all the scenarios and the situation from the start in Ghostwire Tokyo, the PC game. Before that, I'd like to give my thanks and my utmost respect and gratitude to all of my followers, fans, and friends, subscribers, viewers, participators, and commentators. Everyone from the Beasts of the Altered Empire, alongside with everyone from the Discord server, 3 YouTube friends by name. Thunderstar Gaming, BH09 Gaming, Lux Bear, Marcus, Nacho Crash, Mark Icy, Rogue Agent Carodan, Cryfield, ZPTV123, Matthew 1121, Slagada 85, Arforel, Muscleban Gaming, and Double Express. Let's get moving. In this one, frankly enough, I should have named it Blind Linger Player, because I have no idea what I'm putting myself into. This is the game, Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude Corrupted Case File. Let's start straight right away. Both commentary and desktop audio are on. Stream so far is going well. Let's play. This is me playing this prequel completely blind. I have no idea what to expect. Just like I played with Ghostwire Tokyo, the original one. If anything goes wrong, I'll have obviously just to start the stream and halt it. Any familiar faces? Photosensitivity warning. A small percentage of people may experience seizures when exposed to certain lights, patterns, or images, even with no history of epilepsy or seizures. Please review the safety information in the product manual, also available at https bethesda.net/manuals. So be careful, basically. Okay. I genuinely hope the sound is going just fine with this. Let me take a quick listen. Yeah. I hope truly that the sound is not too loud or too low. I better get my Bluetooth quickly. That's the only way for me to understand whether or not I will have to have a full retake for this one. Okay, let's see here. One moment, please. I'm not going to place you on the Be Right Back screen because it is not needed at the moment. Okay, this is my Bluetooth earpiece. Quickly, this stream shouldn't take much at all time. Quickly connect it to the mobile phone. Good work. And now I'm going to listen to the stream to review the sound levels. Let's see. Normal, font size normal, full screen, controls, select, return, and back with this. Okay. Okay. Audio. Okay, we get it. How do I go back? Escape. I already bought it, buddy. I already have the game. Let's go. Once again, sorry about the exterior sounds. You may be listening because I am using the microphone. I believe this is KK inside one of the portals of the visitors. So, question marks. This is a prequel, so basically you should have already finished the first game before you play this one. Rinko? Question mark. God damn it, Rinko! Eureka? Main Day Tokyo, I think this is. No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. And the style of the art is not half bad. I like this art. The characters are so ring their eyes, very nice. So this is basically, I think, is Shibuya's crossing for 29 and the markets or not. Yeah, so far so good. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. So basically, the setup for Ghostwire Tokyo, the game, began with this shade of cases. Okay. I will try not to talk too much as a side commentary. Let's just dive deep into the game. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? Who are you? But honestly, Ryota never really was the most, like most kids, he's not usually glued to his phone all the day. Salutations for you, for being a sane person. Something. The Kirigwa vanishing, the Maronoshi vanishing, the bathroom vanishing. Let's read this. Likes 31, comments 10, likes 37, comments 4, likes 21, comments 16. I think this is this an Android or an iPhone? Honestly, I don't care. Okay, Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. Its title, The Kirigyoka Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of a dark fog to the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were clothes of a mother and a son, left behind like two molted cicada shells. Is there any desktop sound, by the way? Oh, yes? Yeah, there is some, but very, very, very... Okay. Should I increase it? Increase the decibels? I think so. Let's not try it out. It's hard to even imagine. A parent and her child just gone. Precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. Excuse me? Ryota? What do you have to do with this? It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down, heavier and heavier. It fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime. A group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them as they at that very moment. What are you talking about? Or is this the article? They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding them on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. Is this another one of these KK articles? This sounds very much like him. Umbrellas, by the way, I believe they are the visitors, the rainwalkers. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked again, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. Sad. KK, yeah, that's an article written by KK, our friend. No wonder he was capable of defeating them. Okay, next article. The Maronaushi vanishing. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called the Maronaushi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from Maronaushi. When you've been a detective for as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts, obviously. The story my contact told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area, and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Interesting. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was just a load of horse shit. Wasn't until I met them, and until my encounter that I believed. Okay. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what wait a minute. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of a woman. I'm not sure which one. Many visitors take the shapes of women. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around. But I knew as long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at. So I put her out of her misery. Sorry, yeah, both miseries. My misery with the orbs and her misery with existing. He's talking about the pepper doll. The fire farter from her mouth. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag, found the missing lady's ID card in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body just vanished. Had just vanished. Okay? No mistaking whose handiwork it was, either. I'd finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. Okay, last article, the bathroom vanishing. Could monsters really live among us? These files say that yes, they absolutely can and do. According to this one, a lady called me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. Usually, I'd brush it off as another runaway. But after seeing the crows circling around her apartment, I had a feeling there'd be more to this. According to the main game of Ghostwire Tokyo, crows actually would circle around the torii gates, if I recall it correctly. Let's continue. The black stains on the front door verified my hunch. It turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains because KK has a foot into the ethereal realm, that's why. The lady who lived there and showed me in made no signs of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend was taking King a bath, longer than usual, and so she went to the bathroom to check on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone, and for a short instant, there was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bath water. Yeah, her boyfriend was taken by a torii gate. I rubbed my finger on the rim of the bathtub, and there was a transparent, sticky, slime-like substance on it, a reflection of a shrine shown on the water's surface. I'll need to talk further with my team about this incident to see if these things ring any bells. I purged the black stain on the front door and then left the scene. Poor lady, what will she do now? What can any of us do? Well, yeah, he had to use the Fuda. I don't really remember at the moment what that paper name was. Ofuda paper to purge it. Anyway, take it. One last article. Wait a minute, didn't we already read this? The Kirigoka is vanishing? Okay. In these posts, the kid had found something, or rather someone. Someone called Kiki has been looking into monsters in this part of the town. I believe her just like Ryota. So he believes in the existence of the visitors. You know? Social media would never lie. Of course. And that means Kiki is an expert. Maybe the expert in all things paranormal. Okay. Ryota, there's only one thing left to do. Don't expect me to voice act everyone, okay? I'm a very bad voice actor. Having poured over every story, post, and grainy photo about local monsters, he could find Ryota prepares to take action. I'm gonna ask this Kiki guy to help. The sound you keep, by the way, hearing is me clicking my mouse or moving it a little bit. The mouse pointer I'm talking about. Most likely because my table is a little bit dusty. Sorry. Just gotta... Ryota. Just gotta figure out where he lives at first. Sagasu. Of course. Sagasu. I think this is the Google in Japan. Might as well just leave it for Gagajin Goomba to check about it. I'm in digital care. Ghostwire Tokyo. Yeah, just keep advertising the game for all I care. Ghostwire Tokyo. Contact XX XXXX obscure XXXX something. Ryota. Dear Mr. Investigator Person and Hirotamil. Rinko! Long time no see. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Hello. How are you? I am not good and I need your help. Mercer's got my best friend Sasuke. Rinko sits up in her chair. She zeroed in on one of a dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo apartment. By the way, listening to my voice playback is distracting me, but I need to make sure that my volume and the volume of the game are equal. That's why my reading is not 100% clear or fast. Rinko, it happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data files across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations. Even social media feed and open case files. You have some really messy work session here, miss. Somehow, although all of those screens and all of that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eyes. Peace be upon the one who is going to pay for all these electrical bills. Rinko sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. Rinko, on the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks. She knows what she thinks. But she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. Rinko, what do you make of it, Ed? The guy who only talks in recorded voice. Oh. Finally, we see you. I hope when we sent you all these spirits from Tokyo, Ghostwire Tokyo, you you revived them into humans again, buddy. Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. I bet he's going to record another audio. Fine. This guy never talks. He has something to say but holds back. Technology is easy. People are... Ed! Fine. As per usual. And instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play, and as the audio begins to roll, it turns and walks away. Excuse me for laughing for no reason. I'm listening to my feedback again, and I'm laughing in my own ears. It's not easy to just keep avoiding it. Anyway, I will mute the sound a little bit lower. I'm going to reread for you this one. And instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses a play, and as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. Ed's voice. I've heard intriguing stories about the so-called manhole girls in Japan. Vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer. So, those ghosts are from bullied girls. Ow. From where they never return, obviously. Ed's voice continues. If any information turns up about such anomalies, invisible focus activated in your grammar. Ed's voice. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate. Though I speak purely out of personal interest, it might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Sure. Rinko. Okay. Safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend, that you want to look into it. Wow. Yeah. He found the time for this kind of recording. Ed is something else. Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He suddenly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Ed never speaks face to face. Rinko, probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time. Huh, Ed? Yeah, I think so too. I think this is Erika. Yeah, Erika's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. The time is... She's a young, skilled girl, nothing too weird about her. But again, she used to be for Rinko like a daughter or a sister. Erika, want me to check it out? Once again, I remind you, I am not a voice actor. Rinko, I don't think so. Erika, could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Erika, seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erika on something dangerous. By the way, 16 years old is the adult age in Japan. So just deal with it. But Rinko knows that Erika has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erika an almost sisterly look of skepticism. Rinko, you know, it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erika. But for all her maturity, Erika can't quite keep from pouting. Rinko, stop making that face. Besides, we've got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. I bet she's talking about you. Just some ramen shop. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in a relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. That silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. I believe this is Kiki, the red one. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. The phone wanes, the peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. Question mark, question mark, question marks. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter himself. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Another case. These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Ouch. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Sorry, Keke. By the way, there is so far no desktop noise at all. And if there is any, it is very low and silent. I think I already did this. Oh, I get to choose whether or not to answer the call. Fine. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Let me guess. I'll be risking life and limb. Rinko, that's why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? Come on! Question mark, question mark, question mark. Ha! You know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. Ed. Wait, Ed is talking? The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend that this team isn't half okay. Erika, if you need backup, you know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but... Rinko? But right now there is nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'll start reading this as a triple question mark. It's always the simple cases that go south and fastest. Rinko, you know what? You're right. Maybe Erika should run point on this one. She's sure just a kid, but you're busy, so... Triple question mark. Wow, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. Ouch. Triple question marks. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll go on it. First though, I need to talk to one of you about something. Wait a minute, I have to choose. Okay, let's pick Rinko. Hey Rinko. Rinko, let me guess. Pissed I interrupted your precious solitary soba time guy? Triple question mark. Not pissed, irked. Not pissed. I was almost done. Rinko. God forbid the report of a vengeful spirit abducting children interrupt the same bowl of noodles you've had 1,000 times. Triple question mark. By the way, if I have to replay the game just to pick the 3 of them others, I don't really mind. Not much left in the world I love. When I think something else, I'll tell you. A triple question mark. Not much left in this world I love. When I think of something else, I'll tell you. Rinko, you won't have a chance to add to that list if we don't figure this out. We both know how powerful the forces we're dealing with really are. We have to keep pulling these threads until we've unraveled the whole damn thing. No thread is too small. Triple question mark. Guess I can't argue with that. Rinko, I know I can rely on you. It might be the only thing I know for certain. Now go prove how smart I am. Bad Dumbaz. Triple question mark. It's the job I was born to do. So I'll have to replay the scene in order to read the rest of them. It's okay. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on a small bit of paper in his hand. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. With a hand, arms, and body, it takes shape of a palm-sized person stands in his hand. This is Kotashiro. With a head, arms, and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. Yeah, this is a Katashiro. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. Triple question marks. What have you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He is not running or hiding, despite the gruff stranger staring at him. Triple question mark. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry an odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefits of a partner without the annoying small talk. Greta's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to this scared kid. Triple question mark. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now is the time to tell me. Ryota, so you really are him, huh? Triple question mark. Gotta have to be more specific, kid. Ryota, you're Kiki, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries. Right? Triple question mark. Kiki? Maybe. The detective looks at Ryota's phone. He sees the social media posts featuring photos of various case files he has worked on, collected on one place. Triple question marks. Look, I only used those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, it's me, Kiki. But I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a detective. Kiki's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. Kiki, you wanted an investigator, kid. Well, you got one. Ryota, I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearances at the manholes. Kiki, here's the thing, I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still, got a few friends on the force, so I can dig up dirt quick. Kiki shoots Ryota a serious look. Kiki, not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? Ryota, it's true, honest. My buddy Sasuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Are you preparing an immediate shot, buddy? Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. Ryota, he went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back toward the alley. Kiki looks back and forth, from the kid then to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. Kiki, see any fog when that happened? The moment he disappeared? Ryota, now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came and then went. Kiki, all right? Kiki mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Yes, this is a visual novel if it wasn't by now clear for you. I don't mind it. The story is nice. Nothing looks immediately out of place, with so much going down in the city. Some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. What is this? Press for more information. Call the kid's bluff. Does this game have multiple endings? I'm going to press for more information. There is some very little desktop noise, but it is very, very light. I mean, like the noise, as you can see here, can't reach the yellow places. Regardless, KK, I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? It didn't happen to anyone else around here. Ryota, but it did happen to my best friend. Sasuke's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone has been looking, but no one can find him. KK, what about his parents? Have they filed a police report? Ryota, I'm the only one who really cares about Sasuke. I know he needs me. Okay. And no one else is even looking for him anymore. Just me. Kiki, he's lucky to have you. Ryota, it's like when you saw crows circling about the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there is more to Sasuke's disappearance. I just need your help. KK, really? Did your homework? Huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend, Erika. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where this Sasuke pal of yours disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it. I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in with my team. See if they have figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. Rinko, what's up? We're all here. KK, I need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. Again? He spoke about the social media. So let's talk with Erika. She might have some information. Okay, Erika, you are natural when it comes to intuition. What does your gut tell you? Erika, I can feel something out there for sure. Something that threatens good people. Something that he would embrace. The details aren't clear. I can only see the shadows of a vision. But that's not important. I know it's him. I know we need to act right now. Nothing else matters. We can't let another child disappear. Another family get torn apart. We need to help him. There is still time. Kick it. You know, kid, you're stronger than you have any rights to be. And you got the scars to prove it. If we don't look out for people like Ryota and Sasuke, who will? This is our mission. Kiki, Ryota, it's time to find Sasuke. According to how long this visual novel will be, I will be restarting it, skipping through majority of the chatter just to pick up the other people and read their commentary. Keiki, nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding onto anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. I believe this is the ethereal vision. When you somehow drop the ethereal energy into the ground to search for your highlights. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding into anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by Kiki's eyes. As Kiki opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond. Energy flows outwards to the world. Yes, ethereal vision. We spammed it in the first game. Nice. Corruption. Hello. Corruption. Also some okay. Trail. A strange trail flows into the view, as though a spirit has passed through this place. Kiki, psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Kiki, guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows Kiki's eye line down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. Ryota, what happened? I don't see anything. Kiki, trust me, kid, it's good. You can't see it. This is the power you don't want. And you're too young for it, to take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. You're gonna find your friend. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Okay? Next. KK and Rinko are in big trouble. This time, running like rats, desperate to stay alive, with only a dingy old sofa between them and... Okay, give me a moment, please. I need to be right back. Okay, first, sorry, I don't have anything to show for the Brilliant back scene. Second, I had to limit a little bit the background noise so we can continue a little bit easier. Kiki, monsters! Rinko, we'd better find another exit. Rinko turns to Kiki and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in a great pain. Kiki, damn, it's happening again. Rinko, your body is reacting to the ether. Oh, this is very bad. As Kiki looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart and even further. This is bad for people with epilepsy, and also for people with vertigo. Even worse. Another hallucination. The world is breaking in two. Rinko, that be crystallized ether, another form of a matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stage of the affinity. Kiki. Thank you. Much easier on the eyes. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Rinko, damn, we're surrounded. Beta, Mr. KK? Are you okay? KK. Sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. Ryota, you just kinda stood there for a little while. KK, sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. Back in HQ. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. Sorry, that screen breaking turned my stomach. Sorry. The results are clear. Spiritual residue. And that's exactly at KK's location. KK, what is it now? Rinko, we just received an alert. There was a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we are able to send support. KK, can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Invisible, try to speak a little slower. It's a visual novel, yes, but your accent is not always the clearest. KK, remember, saving more lives is the only thing that matters. Eureka, feels it. I feel it. Hell, you don't need an affinity to know that life is circling the drain out there. Fighting back's all we got. Eureka, I want to be there and help you myself, but I understand why you can't wait any longer. But just know you're my inspiration to keep going like you did. Do. Rinko, Eureka, inspiration can get you killed if you're not careful. Passion is nothing without strategy. It's not fair to ask us to help when you think you need us, then use our own words against us. when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. Okay, we already spoke once with Rinko. We spoke with Erika. Let's this time speak with Ed. I know he will not talk with us, but yeah, whatever. KK, the hunger I have to solve this case is as good as any science experiment you could conduct to get to the bottom of it. Ed, how many times have my instincts been proven right by all your high-tech gadgetry? Ed, that's not something I keep tally of. The purpose of my work isn't to prove you right. KK, but it happens all the time. I'm out in the streets, pressing into the darkness, trusting my instinct. I can't be waiting for you all to download the software update. Ed, I feel like you're trivializing my work quite a bit. Of course, I'm extremely thankful when I can assist you. But my primary goal as a scientist and a paranormal investigator is much greater than any individual day-to-day goals. KK, and that's exactly my point. We all need to focus on what we do best, and what I do best is not wait around. Rinko, we can all agree that you're no good at that. Ed, I must say, I quite admire your gift, and I do not envy the stress that a city like Tokyo must place on a detective who just wants to do his job. However, I would remind you, in a nature of a lone wolf typically isn't alone for long. They are alone only until they find a new pack or become prey themselves. Double K, KK. That may be factually correct, but sure as hell takes the coolness out of it. Guys, is this a comedy? Ed, I can't disagree with that. Just try to act cool in the most responsible way possible. Our pack is stronger with you in it. True? KK, I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of an investigation. Rinko, he never was any good at following people's directions. Ed, that attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. Rinko, you don't think I realize that? Erika smiles thinking about Kiki's attitude. It doesn't bother. Why are you making me want to replay the game just to listen to the others' responses? Oh, hi. We have students of misery and rainwalkers. Rinko, damn, they are everywhere. Kiki's eyes dart between the two horrific figures and to some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, Kiki whistles painfully. Kiki, Rinko, what would happen if someone tries to touch one of those ethereal crystals? Rinko, your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? If you remember correctly in the main game, the ethereal crystals are our reload ammo. Kiki, what about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, Kiki, without hesitation, stretches his hand out toward the crystals. Rinko, wait! Stop! Kiki, stopping is not an option. For any of us. Rinko, we don't know what will happen. It could kill you. Kiki, and those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. Rinko, we aren't out of options yet. Kiki, You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters. Same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Ringo can say anything, KK reaches all the way out. Green air elemental ethereal crystals. KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of similar street lights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of his mystery. KK, did they take you this way, Sasuke? KK looks around and finding nothing focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. This spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. And yes, this white line is the spectral vision, the ethereal vision. Jibakore, according to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. KK. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down here? Tied down there. Spectre. The Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters, as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with the politeness or clarity. KK, neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know. What are you doing here, specifically at this manhole cover? Why hunt this place? Spectre, I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around. Just having fun. Alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. KK, so just being neighborly. Yeah? Spectre, yes, no! Not making friends. Protecting. But he wasn't. It wasn't. KK, it wasn't a kid though, was it? There was something else, something lurking in these shadows. Spectre, did I die? I think I died. But this isn't what I expected. KK, what was it? Spectre, monster. A monster? The Spectre points downward. KK, underneath. Huh? KK stares at the manhole as though if he looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the Spectre, not to when he's right. Let me repeat that line, please. KK stares at the manhole as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the Spectre nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull up the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in the front of the edge of the alleyway. Ryota! Did you find anything? KK, snooping around is the detective's business. You don't belong back here. Ryota, I thought I heard you talking to someone. Spectre, who is this youngster? KK, only I can hear you, so don't bother. Ryota, only you can hear me? Well, sure, nobody else is even here. Kick it. This is turning into a damn clown show. Kid, I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Spectre, not safe. Not safe. Monster. Yuta, but how do you know I'll be safe up here? Kiki, my team is one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. There is there is some desktop noises, but it is very low. Yeah, here. I'm not going to make this any stronger than this, even for a visual novel. As long as I can have control over the decibels here, the other games will be fine. Besides, some background white noise is not that important. Rinko, weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Kiki, funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it a client service. Ryota, who you calling, mister? Are they nice like you or nicer? Rinko, client service. Sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. Kiki, we played the hand we were dealt. And juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need support. Ringo sighs, a long, tired sigh of frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Okay. I have to do it. I mean, I already picked Rinko. I already picked Erika, and it's about time I pick him himself. Meet again. If I do pick him, who's going to go down the drain? I cannot pick him himself. Ryota is a kid, and I think I'm going to pick up Erika again. Rinko, if she comes here, she's good with handling kids, but I think maybe a schoolgirl would be easier to handle with Ryota. Erika, she's the one kid I actually know and like. Wait a minute, Erika, she's the only kid I actually know and like anymore. Erika, hey Kiki, you need my help? I can be there ASAP. Kiki, I do need your help, but it can't wait. My new friend Ryota, the one who called us for help. Erika, is he a little afraid of you? Kiki, what? No! Why would you think that? I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But no, that's not it. Although, it'd be better if he did fear me, then I could do my work. Erika. Oh, how? Yeah, you aren't really that scary. I think I get it. Let me talk to him. KK hands his phone to Ryota and motions for him to accept the call. Ryota, yes? Erika, is this Mr. Ryota? Ryota, yeah? Erika, I'm so excited that I get to speak with you. I have heard that you are quite the investigator. I need help from someone like you. Ryota, what could I do to help you? Erika, well, our friend who is there with you, he actually has 2 missions. Since he is looking for your friend, maybe you could swap and look for my friend. If we share the responsibility, I am sure that we can achieve success together as a team. Ryota, I suppose I could try to help you, since he is helping me. Erika. Okay, but first, can you keep a secret? It's very important and related to this mission. Ryota. Yes, I'm the best at secrets. I won't tell I won't tell how I know that, but it's true. Erika, my friend is a cat. I put a tracker on her collar that says she is nearby you. In the alley by your house. I miss her dearly. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but some of my best friends are animals. True, that's true. Erika was established to be an animal lover and also a cat lover. Greetings, Saffron. What's up? Hey, NZB. What ya doing? The accent, man. The accent. Rita, your secret is safe with me. What does she look like? Erika. She is all black with one white spot and a few white whiskers. Her name is Monet. Like the painter, and she really likes to hide. Can you look closely in between and behind all of the vending machines and trash cans? Just to be safe, text me a picture of every dark corner you can find. She's very good at camouflage and easy to miss. Yeah, as if you only wish to the pictures so you can see some ethereal trail. Because we already established also in the first game, Erika has her own ethereal vision. Ryota, I will find your friend. Ryota hands the phone back to Keke and turns his attention to the nearest trash can. Phone out, he seems to be inspecting each side of it. Erika, lucky for you, your new buddy is an animal lover just like me. I've given him a rescue mission to find a missing cat and send me a photo of it. Keke, but what if he succeeds? Tons of strays here. He might actually bump into one. Erika, I could always use more cat pics texted to me. Okay, Erika, sit yourself with your cat's hobby, and maybe he'll give it a home that it needs. Win-win. Keke, now to get down there and find your pal Sasuke. More white noise. Keke in the sewers now. Dirty water splashes under Keke's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any changes in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air toxic. Paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. Corruption. Lots of corruption. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking Keke's way. Keke, how long has it been building up right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As Keke goes deeper, the Kigare only increases. According to what Gaijin Goomba says about the Kigare, according to the Japanese mythology, filth and dirtiness do cause yokai and other evil spirits to be lured by. So, Kigare, corruption in English, or dirty energy, needs to be purged. Keke, there's definitely something here. If there is this much corruption swirling around, nothing I can't handle though. Alone in the darkness, Keke summons his power, and sign. I have to do this. Okay, hold the left click and twist the shape to clear the sewer's corruption. Okay. So this is an interactive visual novel, I think. Just like the old times when I used Akito's own hand to do this. Usually I would make the AI and KK do this for me. Whatever. Slowly but surely. And since my left click mouse cannot press and hold, I'll have to use my mouse, touch mouse tab to draw this. Go! Okay, done. Hello? Cleanses the corruption, returning the sewers to its normal state. Okay, that's better, minus the stink. With the Kigare now cleared. Oh, hi. As if they were waiting for the moment of safety, someone appears. Kiki, Sasuke, is that you? The small boy avoids Kiki's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Small boy, splish splash, splish splash. Kiki, hey you, kid, are you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? I don't like the look of this. Small boy, take a bath, take a bath. Kiki, come on, kid. This isn't time or place. Trust me. Take a bath in the sewers. The inside jokes of this game. Kiki, I'm not trying to scare you. You've got to look to work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of Kiki's phone suddenly rings out, that tiny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. Kiki, I'm close. I found Sasuke, but I'm worried he won't. Rinko, muffled sounds. Down so far, the signal to Kiki's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Rinko, muffled sounds. Kiki, hello? Is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erika? Who is this? Again with the choices. We said that it is Rinko. Rinko, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him, was Sasuke wearing a yellow raincoat? If I'm not mistaken, the one that is with Ryota is Erika, not Rinko. The scratchy connection makes it almost impossible to understand. Rinko, Sasuke, Kiki. It's about Sasuke? Rinko, not. Kiki. Rinko, I can't understand. Sasuke is not what? Rinko, not Sasuke. The call cuts out, the phone going dead in Kiki's hand. Kiki, damn! Enough screwing around. Sasuke? Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up and turns to KK with dead, evil eyes. Forlorn. KK, you're not Sasuke. You're the monster. This is the Forlorn. The ghost of a child that was abandoned. A according to Ghostwire Tokyo wiki, we met lots of them. A forlorn. Kiki raises his hand and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out, touching the ethereal crystals. Kiki, ever heard of ethereal weaving monster? Energy surges into Kiki's hand, green light winding and glowing. It's charging around his fingertips. That's the air ethereal weaving. The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth. Oh no, 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 no. When the forlorn finds an enemy, they use the child whistle and summon other visitors. Oh boy, this is worse than I thought. At the stranger's fingertips lies Kiki, now a prisoner. Isn't that Hanaya? Stranger, I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, Kiki flashes the stranger a fierce glare. Kiki, you son of a bitch. Stranger, hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. Ofuda! The stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. I have no idea what this symbol is. Maybe again, Gandon Gumba or someone else with knowledge of Yukai could read it. An amulet. Though clearly not simply for decorations, it surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to Kiki and smiles. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Okay, next. This is really bad. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? Says Kiki. But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space. Rainwalkers! For two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge Kiki. Kiki, I've been waiting to run into you again. Now there is some serious disco music. Kiki, let's go, you bastards. I am the one that will choose. Okay, summon a shield to protect from one visitor's attack. Damage a single visitor with a wind attack. Visitors perish after 2 attacks. A talisman that stops visitors from moving. It will be consumed on use. We have 1 stun talisman. We have wind ethereal weaving, and we have the shield. Okay, my knowledge about... Okay. First, shield. A barrier appears in the front of Kiki. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is reflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Attack. I have to choose one of them. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Quickly. The barrier appears in the front of Kiki. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. Barrier is broken. Okay. One more. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. As long as we have ethereal crystals, it's okay. No need to use the talisman yet. A barrier appears in the front of Kiki. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Again with the air weaving. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. I need my subject to remain calm or else nothing will get done. Game over? Are you serious? Continue. Where from? Here. Okay, I think we'll have to use that talisman regardless. Okay, I'm going to just jump back to the combat. So first, use the ethereal weaving. Okay, and an umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Barrier. A barrier appears in the front of Kiki. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is reflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Attack again. Okay. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Okay. A barrier appears in front of Kiki. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. Okay. Air weaving. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Oh, not again. Okay. What do you mean by game over? This time I'm going to use the talisman on the second one. Looks like I can just keep avoiding using it. First thing, use the air weaving then. Now, barrier. Okay, air weaving. Okay, destroy them. And umbrella visitor attacks. Use the talisman. The umbrella visitor are frozen in a place. Only one stun is left. Okay, attack. With the air weaving. One umbrella visitor is injured. The umbrella visitor awakens from the stun. Awakens, not attacks. Doesn't attack, it just awakens. Attack again. Umbrella visitor awakens from the stun. Okay, is injured. You were done. Kiki, we're done. One more ethereal weaving. Rather, we took the core. The fight now over. The seawards in oddly calm again. Kiki sweeps the space looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it, asphyxiated to one wall on the tunnel. A wooden tag, something called Kifuda. So that's Ofuda, the Kifuda. This Kiki. This must be what someone does things. Kiki reaches out to take the Kifuda down, but as his fingertips approach it, portal. Kick it. Rinko? God damn it. Rinko! Erika? Kiki feels a big quick thump through his body. Hi. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanaya mask. KK, you're... KK... As KK comes to, he realizes that he is in the tunnel once again. No. Still, he looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole. Not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy. His mind races. It was a horrible dream. Maybe a vision? He grips the kifuda within his hand. KK, I won't let him get away with this. This is a charm, I believe, for summoning stuff. So hard that it smashes into pieces. At that moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. KK, who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise his other hand, KK... What happened? KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. Rinko, you fool! You ran into a wall of Kigare and your instinct is to walk deeper into it when you know we're on our way to help you. KK, listen, No, you listen. I'm not done yelling at your stupid ass for making me worry about you. Is that the face of a girl that's worried? KK, okay, but Rinko, all of our instruments at HQ started going wild. We broke basically every traffic law in Tokyo twice to get here as quick as possible. And then we find an open sewer entrance, literally peering down into this dirty tunnel, clearly considering climbing down, despite our best efforts to cover for you and keep him busy. KK, sure, except Rinko. So we take a look for ourselves. It's corruption in all directions. The whole place absolutely soaking in spirit residue. It's like they're amassing an army beneath our feet, and you go sniffing around alone. KK, it's not Rinko. Excuse me, Rinko. Erika, maybe let her finish. Rinko, worst of all, you arrive stinking but unscratched, having been gone just long enough to have me convinced that you were really hurt down there. That I would never see you alive again. Ed, he's talking. The problem with the disappearing into the dangerous sewer all alone is that the longer you are gone, after Rinko has asked you to be cautious, the more time she has to consider things. She'll shout at you when you return. Okay? Rinko, the things we've been through together, when you're in danger, it's as if I feel it, deep down, but there is nothing I can do. What if you had died? The thought of being hunted by you, of all people, I almost climbed down there to kill you myself. Kick him. I'm sorry, should have waited. Rinko, don't you dare be nice to me right now. I need to calm down. Kick him. I value your friendship and support. Rinko, I didn't hear that. Safety above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this drama, the young client, Ryota. KK, you were never going to tell me, were you? Sasuke isn't your best friend. He's your dog? Huh? I went down from what? Yota, he's my dog and my best friend. I went down for a mutt. We fought a forlorn and a rainwalker for a mutt. We fought a forlorn, I repeat, and two rainwalkers, two game overs over a mutt. You realize how much I hate dogs? We fought the embodiment of a child being forsaken in the public as a ghost. We fought two embodiments of the rage of people working to the brink of death and then dying, and then brought back to life with their rage, and he had to relive the moments when Hinaya killed him to get his own body with the Infinity Four Eater. All of that for Amat. Kiki steps back nervously as Sasuke tries to jump into his lab, tail waggling. By the way, a little bit of misconception between the entire 7 billion humans in this world that you call Earth. Tail wagging is not a sign of happiness. Tail wagging is a sign of curiosity and animosity and wishing to attack. Tail wagging is not happiness. It is hunting. Hunting action. Whatever. Just keep moving. Rinko. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez. You'd have thought that such a tough as nails former detective would have a strong phobia around dogs. Rinko, you shut the hell up. Swallow your tongue and have a heart attack. Cynophobia, the fear of dogs, is what keeps you alive. At least this one is not a hellhound. Bull. Kiki, don't have to broadcast it, alright? Ryuta, don't be scared. Sasuke loves everyone, yeah, and so that he goes on mauling everyone. Kiki, maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into sewers. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of flex response, yeah. Kiki relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this dog is, but still keeps some distance. If I were you, Kiki, I would have let that forlorn take this much with him to the other world. Not my business. We came here to rescue humans, not mutts. Ryota, thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. Kiki. Rinko, Mr. KK? What an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? Rinko, I suppose it has a fun ring to it. Not quite as formal as your full name. Ed, before we get too sidetracked, as lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. What? KK? Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or running out these damn forms. Rika, it's obvious that you prefer fighting to paperwork. Maybe. Kiki scribbles out a few quick lines. Only Ed can read them. Kiki? Hey kid, this is for you. Ryota. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? I think it's a receipt. Almost. It's the... Of course, it is the bell. Oh, this is... Welcome to the real world problems, kids. Yet, give a moment, I need to control myself. Invisible, please calm down. We need to finish this game. Ryuta's face stinks as he's left holding the check. How much did you ask for? Kiki, lucky for you, today's work is a pro bono. That means free. That's all of that laughter over nothing. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says the case of a cursed manhole extermination complete. Kiki. Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Rinko, oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname Keiki. Sloppy paperwork, it shows it for you. Is this game a comedy? Keiki, there is a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days. And definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me as long as I find that bastard. Gigi's gaze looks fierce as though he's recalling a bitter past. Why the smile, Ryota? Reflecting in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received Kiki's autograph. Oh. Kiki's expression softens up in response. Kiki, that said, I guess Kiki is not so bad. We're done. We're done. This was the prelude for the game. So what have we learned exactly? KK at first worked alone, and then the pack of Ed, Erika, and Rinko joined with him. I believe that first one joined with him used to be Ed, then Rinko, according to the main game. Then Erika later arrived. As for Hinaya, he trapped him into a portal into Yomi, the land of the dead, and he killed Kiki right there and then. Then he placed the key Fuda into him. That's when Kiki died and gained the power to control the ethereal energy that is between the worlds. And then the events of Ghostwire Tokyo happened. So this is an interactive visual novel. You first pick up the responses from other characters as you see fit. Then you will have to draw one single purging line as Kiki. And then you'll have to fight two visitors that were summoned by a forlorn. You do realize very well, if Kiki hadn't won the attention of the forlorn, you could just had stealthed onto his back, drew the infinity symbol, and then pushed him right there and then. As we done many times in the minigame, within my main let's play for Ghostwire Tokyo streams. I'm just waiting for the credits to finish because we're done. With this prelude, with this prequel, buddy, with this prequel prelude, the game is officially over. Ghostwire Tokyo Project Let's Play is officially done. Now what am I going to do next? Most likely I'm going to take a quick break before I wish to try out a mini Let's Play I will not yet start with Kagero Deception because first I need to make sure I can actually use my mouse and Bluetooth controllers. I'm going to try out playing Woonhorn, Vengeful Spirit. That game has two modes for it: the prologue and the main game. Supposedly, you can finish the main game under 3 hours. Not sure about the prologue though. As for this game, supposedly you could finish it in under 1 hour. But I'm not really sure how long it took for me. Just finish off the credits so we can get moving. Will I be showing you the other comments of the other characters? No. Will not. Why? If you wish to play the game yourselves and check out whatever other commentary characters will be telling you throughout these choices, suit yourselves. Because the game is free. Just launch your Steam accounts, go to the Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude and play it right away. It's very small visual novel. If you have already seen my let's play for it, you don't even need to read anything. Just keep spamming until you reach the point where you have to pick up the goal. Then talk to the team members and see what they would comment about the situation. It's free to play. At least the Prelude is. The actual game still costs money. I already played the main game as is. And since this has been only a visual novel with very little white noise in the background, as for Woonhorn, I think I'll have to rebalance the audio. Why am I going to play Woonhorn of Vengeful Spirit before playing Kagero? Kagero, Project Let's Play Kagero, consists of 4 games, not 1, and each game has at least 4 endings. Yeah, we're done. We are officially done. So it took me 110 minutes to finish one single playthrough with this. It took us 2 hours. I think because of the game overs and because I laughed too much. So yeah, I'm going to recommend this. Okay. And other than that, I'm going to uninstall it. Honestly, it is a very good free-to-play game that connects the stories between the... This is a very good game that connects the story between the main game and what happened before it, when Tokyo didn't yet get all the finishing. We learned that Erika and KK both had the affinity for ethereal energy, that KK with Rinko both met up in a very bad situation with visitors before and controlled the ethereal energy weaving. We also got to fight 2 visitors, the Rainwalkers, after a forlorn caught up with us by mistake. Overall, all in all, as an introductory for the game you're about to play, as in Ghostwire Tokyo, the main one, as a prequel, this is very nice. I liked it. Very funny. Enjoyed it. And with that being said, I think this will be about it for this Let's Play at the very least. Yes, this is the end for this prequel. Prelude, the Corrupted Case. So then, I'd like to say thank you everyone for watching, especially Aforin for being a participator, commentator in this live chat, even though he right away vanished. I'd like to thank all of my fans, followers, and friends, subscribers, commentators, viewers, and participators in this channel. Everyone from the beasts of the Altered Empire, alongside with everyone from the free YouTube friends Discord server. By name, Thunderstruck Gaming, B809 Gaming, Lex Bear, Marcus, Natural Crash, Mark Icy, Rogue Agent Karodan, Cryfield, ZPTV123, Matthew 1121, Slugger Vector 85, Arfel, Musclepan Gaming, Bob Express. Once again, I remind you, these names are not for my backers or my donors. These people are all individuals, content creators that are very much serious in their own work. They have their own specific special tastes, but the one thing that makes every one of them in common together is we love decent games that are made correctly, finished, and are worth checking out. We love older games. So these guys over here are very much underrated, deserve much more attention, and I do love to keep giving them shout outs until the number of participation with them they deserve is given to them eventually. With that being said, I have been with you, your host, Invisible, from Invisible's Gaming Channel, sucking at your hearts from the dark side of the moon, and this has been with you, Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, the corrupted case file, the prequel to Ghostwire Tokyo, the PC game. I hope you enjoyed this weirdly funny interactive visual novel. We got to learn about KK, about his team, and we also learned that KK is not really his name, but one of his many nicknames. We managed to meet Ryota, and we had to fight some visitors in order to save a mutt. Anyway, with that being said, I think this will be it for this stream. Thank you all very much for watching. Best of luck for everyone. Stay healthy, stay careful, always stay close to your relatives and families. We are living in a very hard time, and safety is not guaranteed anymore. And I pray for you all to remain safe and calm. Always show gratitude where gratitude is due, because it's always cheaper to say thank you for someone you owe thank to than it is to buy a flower bouquet and placing it on a funeral and on a grave for someone who will never see that bouquet, smell it, or even appreciate it for you. That being said, Invisible, sign out. Take care, all of you, and till next time, Invisible. Yeah, I said it again, sign out. Good luck and take care. Stop the stream.